So one of the things that I keep coming back to is when we get clear on goals, we think that the sum of it is that we set goals, we get a journal out, maybe, you start a new program and you go and buy yourself a new notebook and you get super excited and you sit down and you write, what are my month goals? What are my 90-day goals? What are my 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goals? All great. All absolutely necessary. I do these in exactly the same way as any of you do. I run through this with my coaching programs, or we do it on a workshop. Absolutely. These are essential for knowing exactly where you're heading. I take it one step further and I journal on them. I mood board them. I really, really make sure that they are intentional. But there's a step that most of us miss, and that's about how deep we go with these goals. And quite often going deeper is being able to acknowledge what's maybe in your darker side, what's in your shadow side, what's in that side of you that you literally keep the lid on. Imagine a jack in the box, and what's actually in this box is your deepest, truest desire. And it's almost like every time the jack comes up, we shove it down and we're like, it can't get out, because it's either so big that people might laugh, or your current situation means that you feel awkward sharing it. So is it that you feel like your parents would laugh, your friends would laugh, your siblings would laugh, your partner, your husband, your wife, whoever it is would laugh at you if you didn't just tell them what you feel comfortable writing down in a notebook or in a journal or in a planner? If you said to them, I know I've told you for the last however many years or weeks or months, this is my goal, but really, do you want to know what my magic wand, uncensored, so deeply heartfelt goal is? And you knew it would shock them, and they might say to you, wow, I never knew that. Or they might say, that's a massive goal. Seriously, do you really think you're going to achieve that? Or that's really great, I hear that you'd love it, but you just can't make that happen. Is your real true goal one of those things that you fear somebody might laugh at you? And I want you to connect in on this, because here's the thing. The body has wisdom and the body has truths. It knows your truth and it has the wisdom to know this. And the body also has the wisdom to know when we are cheating it. And we live so much in our head, especially as women. We live in our head. And we tell ourselves that we can't possibly make X, Y, Z happen because, it's just not going to happen for us. It's just so ridiculously big. Really, if we just play our goals down a little bit, then maybe we could achieve those, and that would be great. And maybe the next time we'll set them a bit higher. But we do not allow ourselves to go into the jack in the box. We don't allow it to come out. We don't allow it to literally burst out and make noise and shout about what really, really inspires us. And so the upshot of this is that so often we are planting seeds on a dry riverbed. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that when you write these goals down in whatever journal or notebook or planner you've got, if they are surface view, if they are the goals that you think are acceptable in society, you think they're the goals that are acceptable, but by the patriarchal standards that we actually still very much live by. If you think that those goals are acceptable by everybody else's standard around you, it's not going to make your friends feel like you're alienating them. You're not going to suddenly become so successful that people around you feel like they don't know you anymore. When you are planting seeds on a dry riverbed, they're safe goals. They don't go deep. But you can't cheat your mind and your body and your heart and your soul. The body has wisdom and the body has truths. And it's not enough to just have a belief change. You've got to feel it. And that's the difference. The belief change could be in our heads, but feeling it in our bodies is when we really create the change. But we can only feel it in our bodies when we're super, super truthful with ourselves. So I want you to ask yourself, is there any chance you are planting seeds on a dry riverbed? How honest are you with yourself about how deep your goals, your true desires really, really run. And there is only one set of beliefs that you need to have, and that is a set of beliefs that will get you to your outcome. And this is why we can't cheat this system. And I always say to my clients, you have to be careful for what you ask for, because you might just get it. You have to make sure you're asking for enough. So when we set these goals that we think are just acceptable goals, it means that maybe we don't have to push ourselves that much further. We don't have to risk looking stupid. We don't have to risk people laughing at us. That's when we just set our own standards too low. But the body has wisdom and truths, and the body knows. The body knows when you are cheating it. And sometimes that's why one of these big targets we have might not come to fruition, because we have in effect cheated ourselves out of that success. So that's my challenge for you, to question, are you planting seeds on a dry riverbed? And if you are, here's the thing. If you are, this is what I want you to do. I want you to imagine this. So, you know when a toddler basically is naughty, or no, do you know what? Not even naughty. A toddler can just be walking along, finds like a muddy puddle or like some swampy virgin. You know, when I post pictures of my dog who's half wolf because she's landed in mud. Imagine a toddler finding this big swampy muddy puddle, and the toddler just sits down. And it's so cool with sitting in the mud. And I want you to imagine this. So this is your dark side. The mud is your dark side. It's your shadow side. It's where your deepest, darkest secrets and desires lie. It's where the truth of you lies. I want you to imagine this. Imagine allowing yourself to just be comfortable sitting in this dark side and take a real look. What's in there? What are your desires? What are the things that you truly, truly want? And be comfortable with sitting in this space until you get all of it out, until you really go that deep that you can connect with what you really want. So there's no half measures. It's saying, you know, if there's something that you've always wanted to do and you've never, ever shared it with somebody, or there's a side of your personality that you've kept hidden away, that you just feel like you have to release it, you have to share this, because if you're going to live a life in integrity and an authentic life, you have to make that change. And imagine just this toddler again, sitting in the mud. The toddler's fine. The toddler is so comfortable with sitting there until the toddler decides it's going to get up and it's going to walk. And typically it gets put in the shower or the bath and it's cleaned up. You don't have to stay in it, in this dark space. You will come out the other side, but you have to go there to really look at what you desire and what you want. And that is how you go from planting seeds on a dry riverbed to literally nourishing the seeds on fertile soil, where the energy, the water is flowing. There is such a difference when we are honouring ourselves and what we truly want, rather than going for what we think everyone else wants us to go for, rather than going for what we think is safe, going for what we think that we can stand up and confidently say in a room, this is my goal. Because everybody will conform to it. Everyone will nod in the right places and say, oh, that's a sensible goal, that's achievable. Versus us getting up in a room and sharing a goal with everybody that isn't achievable, or they perceive, bless me, isn't achievable. Can you see the difference as to the bravery it takes to do that? But what if everybody was that brave that could stand up in that room and say, this is my goal? I don't know how, when, with what, with whom, but all I know is this is what I'm committed to, and I'm going to show up every day, and I am going to be so damn curious as to how I make that happen, and I'm going to be unwavering on it. Imagine if everybody did that. Imagine what sort of place the world could be if everybody came to it with that level of commitment to their goals. So this was something that I talked about in my mastermind group today. Wow, it was just the most incredible call where we went so deep with this. And then again, we touched on this in the ambition group. We talked about it, and it's just about really dialing in on you. Who are you and what do you desire? Especially as women, we give to everybody else. We put ourselves last, and all of our aspirations, our deepest connection with ourselves gets so lost along the way, and I want you to start reconnecting with it. I want you to start getting clear on what your life means to you, because when you put your own oxygen mask on first, the rest falls into place. So has this given you the wake-up call to think, when was the last time I was honestly that honest with myself? In fact, have you ever been that honest with yourself about what you really want? And I don't care what it, do you want to go and live in Bali for 6 months of the year and homeschool your kids? Do you want to buy a holiday home in, I don't know, Spain, Miami, wherever? Do you desire to take your entire family and go and live in Costa Rica and run your business remotely? What do you truly desire? It could be anything. But I want you to do is think about it in terms of anything. And I want you to put no limits on, because the minute you get honest with yourself, you can go find the coach, you can go find the mentor, you can go find the expert, you can go find your group of people. You are the sum of the five closest people around you. You could go find those people that will not laugh at your dreams. They will support you. And that's something that I get to show up in groups like that every single day with my own coaching and with my own groups. Because they know there is no question that's silly or stupid, and there is no goal that is too big. So after talking about this all day, I've just finished a mastermind call of my own. And I feel so grateful that I'm surrounded by people that have such big goals and dreams, because I know nothing I can say is too big for them. Nothing is too big for them. Nothing they can tell me back in return is too big for me to absorb and to support them. Do you have that network around you? If you don't, but you have the big dreams, go get yourself that network. Go find who can support you in it. Who is going to be the silent partner in your business in terms of a coach, a mentor, a mastermind partner, an accountability partner? Go find them and stick to them like glue. So has this been what you needed to hear today? Has this been like a little nudge from the universe via me that you really need to do this deep work now, and you are so ready to go there? Leave thoughts, comments, questions below. I love it when you let me know that this was exactly what I needed to hear today. We can talk more. Yeah, go for it. Do not dim your own light. So, like I say, you cannot plant seeds on a dry riverbed. It won't work. You're just cheating yourself. So like I say, thoughts, comments, questions below. I cannot wait to hear what this video has done for you.